state of mankind. How much do you know? Excerpts from How the Spectre of Communism is Ruling Our World. 12. The devil handles people according to their different characteristics and motivations. It may have them murdered or bribed, or indoctrinate them to serve as the pawns of revolution and rebellion. Some people are wiser and more perceptive than others. Some are closer to the divine, possess good enlightenment quality, and are not susceptible to the devil's ploys. Especially in countries like China, which has a long and rich history, it is difficult to get people to go along with the deception. The Chinese Communist Party had to launch a series of political campaigns that slaughtered tens of millions of people and broke down the cultural order by killing the elites who served as the custodians of traditional Chinese culture. Be it in China or the West, the devil does not hesitate to physically liquidate the discerning members of society who see through its conspiracy and are brave enough to stand out by resisting. To do this, the devil arranges political campaigns, religious persecution, show trials, and assassinations. The devil enlists elites across all nations and industries. To do this, it plays to their interests and endows them with power according to how closely they follow its agenda. For those who seek fame and influence, the devil gives them reputation and authority. For the greedy, it arranges profits. It inflates the egos of the arrogant and maintains the bliss of the ignorant. The gifted are seduced with science, materialism, and unrestricted freedom of expression. Individuals with lofty ambitions and good intentions have their ideals turned into self-glorification, making them feel the warm glow of being presidents, prime ministers, think tank scholars, policymakers, administrators, big-shot bankers, professors, experts, Nobel laureates, and the like, with outstanding social status, political influence, and vast fortunes. Once established, these great personalities are co-opted, each according to his or her circumstances. In the devil's calculus, all of them are ignorant agents and useful idiots. The devil manipulates public knowledge by employing fake narratives, deluding people with its warped educational system, and controlling the mass media. It deftly uses people's sense of security and shallow entertainment to make the public care only about their immediate interests, vulgar entertainment, competitive sports, social gossip, and indulgence in erotic and carnal desire. At the same time, the devil caters to the lowest common denominators to deprive voters of their vigilance and judgment, and to capture the electorate. In totalitarian communist countries, the people are never allowed to have anything to do with politics. In democratic countries, those concerned with the public good have their attention diverted to trivial issues, such as transsexual rights, echoing the famous stratagem of advancing via a hidden route while repairing the plankways in the open from ancient Chinese military history. Viral news, social sensations, and even terrorist attacks and wars are arranged as cover for the devil's true intentions. The public is inculcated with a modern consciousness and mobilized to swallow up the minority of people who stubbornly hold to tradition. Intellectuals levy heavy criticism of folk cultures around the world, fostering narrow-minded prejudice among their uneducated audiences. The concepts of critical and creative thinking are abused to pit the younger generation against authority, preventing them from absorbing the knowledge and wisdom in traditional culture. In communist countries, after slaughtering the bearers of traditional culture, the devil indoctrinated the bulk of the population to participate in revolution. After the Communist Party took power in China, it took a generation to nurture a generation of wolf cubs. They were encouraged to fight, smash, rob, and burn indiscriminately. During the Cultural Revolution, teenage girls readily beat their teachers to death. The 50-cent army internet trolls, who actively work on different social media in China, constantly write about beating and killing, with typical posts reading, "Recover the Diaoyu Islands, even if China is rendered barren, and we would rather China be peppered with graves, than fail to exterminate the last Japanese." Their murderous sentiment is actively cultivated by the Chinese Communist Party. In the West, the Communist Party proudly hearkens to the experience of the French Revolution and the Paris Commune. Every revolution and insurrection is introduced by a group of mobs who have no scruples, no shame, and no compassion. The devil has arranged to have the older generation marginalized and removed from society at an accelerated pace. As young people are endowed with ever more rights, political power, and privileges, the elderly lose their positions of authority and prestige, speeding up mankind's break with tradition. Contemporary literature, arts, and popular culture are all geared to the tastes and values of the young, who are under pressure to pursue the latest trends in fashion lest they be ostracized by their peers. Rapid scientific and technological progress makes the elderly unable to keep up and adapt to massive social changes that occur as a result. The transformation of urban and rural spheres combined with mass immigration work together to alienate the elderly and estrange them from the present. The torment and helplessness of their solitude are exacerbated by the reality of modern life, where the young are in a constant state of competition and have little time to spare for their parents and elders. In traditional human society, people help each other. When there are conflicts, they have religion, morality, laws, and folk customs to facilitate resolution and cooperation. It is impossible for the devil to bring about the collapse of such an organic society in a short period of time. It has to first disintegrate society into small atomized units, breaking down the traditional reliance between individuals and alienating them from each other. This gives the devil a convenient means of taking on humanity piece by piece. The devil uses every conceivable standard to divide the society into opposing groups and instigate hatred and struggle among them. Class, sex, race, ethnicity, and religious denomination can all serve as a basis for division. It magnifies the animosity between bourgeois and the proletarians, the rulers and the ruled, progressives and regressives, liberals and conservatives, all while the government is steadily expanding its powers. An atomized, isolated individual simply has no hope of resisting a totalitarian government that has access to all of society's resources.